Well, this ain't no Sunday drive. Got the tack red line, throttle open wide. Gentlemen, start the engines.
Hi, welcome to Around the Corner. I'm Glenn.
I'm Michelle.
And we've got an exciting show for you tonight. I'll tell you, those drivers really were tired this weekend for the past 2 weeks, didn't they, sweetie?
Yes, they did.
God,
they worked hard.
They look tired because they've been down there for 2 whole weeks. They had the Bud Shootout, they had the qualifying for the Daytona 500. I really feel bad for these guys because that was a long 2 weeks to be down in Daytona.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just glad that it's over with. Boy, that rain that came in, that really, because those drivers Sunday, they were really, really ready to get out there and race, don't you think?
Oh, they were. They were definitely ready.
Yeah,
they were very disappointed.
They were very disappointed. They were so tired. They wanted to get the 500 over with to see who the winner would be.
Yep.
And, boy, I'll tell you, those guys really worked hard, don't you think?
They did. Oh, yeah, they definitely did. Yep.
Yeah, so, well, we got a good show for you tonight. First off, we have a big congratulations, and that is to Matt Kenseth and the Killer Bees.
All right.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yay, baby, yeah. If you were still driving Crown Royal, there you go, baby. There you go. But you know what? It's Best Buy now.
Yep.
So, we want to congratulate Matt in an awesome, awesome win.
Yeah.
Because he really drove his heart out last night.
Yeah, he did.
And, to let you guys know, this is the brand new startup of our Around the Corner season. You're going to be able to see this show every week throughout the whole NASCAR season.
Yeah.
And we come up with a great idea. Me and Michelle sat around and we thought about it. And you know what? What kind of idea did we come up with, sweetie?
We're going to start giving away prizes from Matt Kenseth's store to our audience.
All to everybody out there watching the show.
Yep.
If you're watching the show, you'll be able to get a chance to win some Matt Kenseth gear.
Yeah.
We're going to be giving away hats, T-shirts, jackets, you name it, flags, license plates. So unless you're watching the show, you ain't going to be eligible for no gear. And make sure that if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do. And if you actually have a YouTube channel, make sure you hit us up with a friend request, right, sweetie?
Yes.
Because we will definitely accept your friend request. And make sure that when you do either, make sure when you subscribe, you put in the check mark to make sure that you receive emails each time we upload a show, so you'll know when there's a new show available.
Yes. Because
we may not get time to share it over onto the group page on Facebook, so make sure you don't want to miss out. In case we don't get it over onto Facebook, make sure that you subscribe to the emails so that you'll know what's going on, so you'll know that we have uploaded a new show and you'll be able to see it. And we are working on right now, I started last night, and we are working on a new copywriting the name Around the Corner, because we've already had some people that suggested we do that. So pretty officially here, pretty quick, it looks like Around the Corner is going to become a copyrighted name. So we're pretty excited about that, right, sweetie?
Oh yes, very excited, yeah.
So yeah, make sure you do that, and also make sure you go over on the Facebook page, not the group page, but the Around the Corner page on Facebook. If you don't have it, and you're a friend on Facebook or you're in the group, let me know, or let Michelle know, and we will send you a link to get over to the Facebook page so you can get over there, because we'll be giving away prizes over there as well. So you want to make sure you get in on this, because it's going to be really fun this season, don't you think?
Oh yeah, it's already started out fun.
It has. How much more can we ask for? The number 17!
Winning!
Won the 500, baby!
Yep.
Yeah! So how's that one? Matt, I'll tell you what. You are our hero.
Yeah.
You just made everybody's day for 2012.
Yep.
And I thought about it, and I didn't tell anybody, but my New Year's resolution was for Matt to have an awesome year and for him to also win the 500.
Yeah,
and guess what? Look what happens, right?
Yep.
My wish came true.
Yeah.
So Matt, Jimmy Fenning, and we cannot forget Mike Kolinoff. Mike, we don't want to forget you because you took part in this, as well as the Killer Bees. Thank you, thank you, thank you for making all of us here on the Matt Kenseth group page and here at Around the Corner very, very happy last night.
Oh yeah.
To see an awesome nighttime, first ever nighttime Daytona 500.
It was not only it was nighttime and morning Daytona 500.
Yeah, it started off. Well, it was supposed to start off in the afternoon, and you all know about the rain that came through on Sunday, and they thought they were going to be able to get the race in, and it just didn't happen because there was just too much rain in the area. So they shot for yesterday afternoon at noontime, and guess what? It was still raining.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, I guess that part of where Daytona's at, unlike most places, they get a lot of wind, and I guess the way it's designed, I guess the wind breaks the storms up so they can fall apart pretty quick. Like I don't know about most of you, but if you've never been to Cape Cod or heard of Cape Cod, if you've ever heard of the Cape Cod Canal, that is the piece that runs through Cape Cod where they divided Cape Cod from the mainland years ago. I won't get into the story, but there was a guy that actually started that project. The Army Corps of Engineers took over the canal. They widened it, they straightened it, and what they've done by putting in this canal is, if you ever looked at a map, Cape Cod is shaped like a fishing hook. And all the ships used to have to go out and around Cape Cod to get around to Cape Cod Bay, and out in George's Banks, there's a lot of rocks out there. They've had major shipwrecks over the years. So by putting in the canal, it allows the ships to cut through to the Cape Cod Bay or vice versa, over to the Rhode Island Bay side through Wareham safely without hitting rocks. And by doing this, what they've done is there's what's called an updraft. The wind hits that canal and it shoots it straight up in the air, and whenever we get storms, a lot of times the storms break apart because that updraft in the canal causes those storms to split. So when they call for us to get rain or snow, a lot of times we don't get it because the storm breaks up before it, as it hits the canal, and we don't get it. So that's what happened to Daytona. The storm didn't get broken up because they don't have the winds down there to kind of break the storms up to do that. So it's unfortunate they had to run the race in a night race. But you know what? If it was Sunday afternoon, Monday afternoon, Monday night don't matter.
No.
Right there, baby. Matt won. Yes! Matt came in first. Right there. Number one.
Yep.
So that was a very exciting race. Thank you, Matt, for doing that.
Yep.
And we also want to, I don't know what happened. Carl Edwards started on the pole for this race with his teammate Greg Biffle right behind him.
Yeah.
And I guess he didn't have the duck driving for him, so Carl was at the disadvantage this time. Now usually the drivers are complaining because they're at a disadvantage because Carl's got the duck driving for him while he's sick. Yeah. And what happened?
Well, the duck must have had to do his commercial with the pigeon from Major Medical.
Oh, he was doing that Major Medical commercial thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's almost as bad as those Progressive ads with Flo. God, I don't know. Pretty bad. But that's okay because Greg did hang in there, and he did take a third place, and that was really, really done. And so that was really a good job. I don't know what, Kyle just didn't have it last night. He had it for the pole, had a fast car. I don't know, maybe it's all that rain that came down, cooled the car off, and, it's like when you're rolling dice, you play the dice game. We play Farco a lot on Facebook, and what happens? Yep. The dice get cold, and we get lousy rolls of the dice. When that happens, I walk away. So Kyle's car must have cooled off. I don't know. It's one of those things. So, sweetie, so what do you got? What's on your agenda? What do you got to talk about right now?
Well, something I forgot to mention on there, but when they had the interview in the winner's circle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the interviewer asked Matt if he was the happiest guy in the United States, And Matt says, well, he didn't know if there was anybody happier than him. But I could have begged to differ.
Oh yeah, you know why? Because if I was able to comment to that, I would have been right here, baby, right here. Yes, baby, yes. Matt took #1, so there was somebody more excited than Matt. Me, right here, right there, 17, 17, baby, 17. See that? 17 on the hat. Yes, baby. All right, Matt. Woo! So there we go. I was the guy he was talking about. He didn't know where he was at. And Mike, thank you very much. If you see Matt, can you pass this along to Matt? To that comment that the reporter made to Matt. And Matt said, if there was somebody out there, he didn't know where he was. That was me right here. Yep, cowboy right here. Glenn, around the corner. I'm the guy that was more excited than Matt. Yeah. I was in bed watching the race because we haven't worked on our house. That's why we've been able to do the show. And my new 55-inch TV is off the wall in the living room right now and covered up because we had to take out a window that was kind of in the way of the TV. And it was kind of distracting. When you watch TV, you'd see this window behind it. So the window has since been removed and covered up. And by tomorrow night, I should be back to watching my nice new Philips 55-inch LED TV with net TV. So I'll be back to watching. But anyways, I was in bed watching the race, and I was more excited than Matt was, I think.
Yeah.
I was really happy.
And he was doing what, I think it was, I hope I have the right person, but I think Tanya Jordan was the one who coined it, the Kenseth Jig.
The Kenseth Jig. There we go. Yes. Or in another term, it could also be the Snoopy Dance.
Yeah.
I was doing the Snoopy Dance in bed. Yes.
The Kenseth Jig. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I was the guy that was excited. So Mike, please pass that along to Matt and let Matt know that I was the guy that was more excited than him. So what can I say, Matt? Thank you for an awesome job. Can't say that enough.
And we also want to congratulate the all the Roush cars. They did a tremendous job.
Yeah, the Roush cars did an awesome job last night. We really want to thank Jack Roush and all the whole Roush team. And we also have to say we want to welcome aboard who replaced Dave Reagan. Dave, we're sorry you left. I thought you were a nice guy, nice driver. I don't know what happened in the UPS Ford. You know, something was wrong. You just weren't. I don't know. You weren't pulling your weight or what you were doing. But we want to welcome Ricky Stenhouse Jr., last year's Nationwide Series champ, over to the Sprint Cup Series. Yeah. Ricky, welcome aboard the Sprint Cup team for Jack Roush. You are an awesome asset to the team, driving that Eco Ford Focus. Yes, and we both are into all the Eco stuff.
Oh yes, definitely.
We ourselves own 2 Fords. We own a 2006 Ford Explorer with a V8 because we have a trailer we have to haul, so we have to have a gas hog for that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But our other car is a 2005
Ford Escape.
Ford Escape Hybrid. Yeah. So we do have a hybrid in the family, and we love that car. And eventually, we would like to convert that car to full electric.
Yeah.
So it will not be burning any more fuel. Oh, we want to thank NASCAR for finally, after all these years, putting electronic fuel injection into these cars instead of a carburetor.
Yeah.
The cars ran really good last night. Okay, so moving on to the next subject here. We have to really talk about Danica Patrick.
Yep.
Her first Cup debut.
Yep.
In the 500. And all in all, she did a really good job last night, don't you think?
Oh yeah, she did an awesome job. Yep.
Really awesome job. Even that wreck that happened on the second lap, that was Danica Patrick, and it was, well, you know, it wasn't Danica's fault because, let's face it, the cheater, Jimmy Johnson, lost control of the car. He hit the wall, went down, brushed against Danica, and Danica tried to avoid him, but she couldn't, and she slid right down the track, and there was Trevor Bayne and Kurt Busch had got together, and then they kind of separated. Danica went right down between the two, and I'll tell you what, Danica, that was one awesome piece of handling that car, to be able to slide down between the two of those and not causing a big, huge wreck out of this.
No.
That could have been a lot worse than what it was, don't you think?
Yes, and you even have footage over here of it.
Yeah, we do have some. Yeah, well, let's show you a little bit of footage of that wreck last night, because it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
So let's watch a little footage of that.
Okay.
Teammate Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards, 3 Fords. Oh, hard already. The wall. Slams to the outside. It's 5-time champion Jimmy Johnson. He collects Danica Patrick and the 34 of David Reagan.
Trevor Bayne, the 21 car, winner from last year. You see him involved?
Kurt Busch is involved.
I'm a little worried about Jimmy. He took a hard lick right in the door. And there's the HenryCar.com Chevrolet of Kurt Busch. He's got damage.
1 lap and 600 feet, and it's calamity.
Oh my gosh. Jimmy took a really, really hard lick, that second lick.
David Reagan's Ford, his first outing for Front Row Motorsports. Busch will make it back around to the pits.
Both of our winners from the Daytona races last year involved. Trevor Bayne won the 500. David Reagan won the July race.
When you see the replay of this and you see what Danica did, you won't believe it.
All right, let's keep an eye on Jimmy Johnson. He's right tucked up underneath the 78 of Regan Smith.
Ooh, just got a little tap in the back end.
I believe that might have been Elliott Sadler in 33.
Elliott Sadler gave him just a little tap. Right here's what I was talking about. Watch Danica. Right there, she gets some damage, but then watch her go down. Jimmy's car's total, but watch her right here. Right between those 2 cars.
First caution of the night, lap 2. Here's another look. Look at that outside lane and the blue car that's second in line.
You see, Jimmy just gets a little bit loose, and when he corrects, it just overcorrects, and into the fence it goes. And then he gets a really hard lick right here. That's the one that really worried me. He got that right in the driver's door.
Darrell, what was one of our Goodyear keys? Don't push me in the left rear. This tri-oval can be pretty treacherous.
Now from the blimp, watch for the green car as Danica Patrick comes into frame from the top of your screen.
You see right here,
there.
Jimmy's getting ready to get a hard lick, but here's Danica right here. She gets some damage off of Jimmy Johnson's car there, but I do not. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen. Watch this car go right, but these 2 cars, these guys are all wrecking, and she goes right in between them.
A big chain reaction crash as Johnson's car just clogs the racetrack. And the 34, David Reagan, had car to the outside, car to the inside, nowhere to go. We'll ride with Danica Patrick.
You're just looking. Inside 2 wide. Oh, slow. Check up. Go low.
And now with Jimmy Johnson.
Inside only.
All the drivers involved have either climbed out of their cars or driven back to the pits. They're okay, but what a hard hit.
These guys, I've seen a lot of wrecks in stock cars in NASCAR, but these guys have all taken a lesson from Danica Patrick. They have seen what she does when she's been in some hard wrecks, and they've taken their hands off the wheel, and he is hurt. He took a hard lick. He's got the wind knocked out of him, I'm sure.
And that wraparound headrest certainly helps to contain movement, as does the Hans device, the head and neck support.
Okay, here we are back around the corner, and that was the footage of, as you can see, Danica did a real good job of handling that car. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, for a first-time Cup driver in the 500, I think she did a good job of handling that car.
Yeah, she did. She did an awesome job. And you know, she's come a long way too.
She has.
Because, you know, doing open wheel before.
Yep.
And
then doing the Nationwide
and
series,
then the
starting with that.
Yeah.
And she did a good job with that, I understand. Wasn't too bad the other night when she ran, I think she ran the Nationwide the other night. I don't really follow the Nationwide as much as I do Sprint Cup. I watched the Cup cars. I've always watched just the stock car racing. I've never really, I don't know, Nationwide's good, but the cars aren't as fast, and I like to watch the guys in the Cup cars. They're more fun to watch. Especially Matt, you know how much we love him. He's our boy from Wisconsin, you know. We don't have to get into that. You know how we feel about that. We know how you feel about him. So, but yeah, you know, I think Danica did a real good job for her first time in a Cup car.
Yeah, and she also, you know, she has some good advice too.
And the whole thing of putting up her hands.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the interview. I know I saw it.
Yeah, and we can show footage for that too.
No, I don't have the footage of that.
You don't?
I could have.
Sorry.
But anyways, when she did the cover in her eyes, she explained that that's what they do in open wheel. And she's taught the boys over here at Sprint Cup. If you see in the wreck that we just showed, Jimmy put his hands up in front of his chest. That's because that's what Danica brought to the boys over here at stock car racing.
Yeah.
In open wheel, they are told when they get into a wreck, let go of the wheel, let the car go where it's going to go.
Yeah.
You're not going to control
it. Yeah.
You're not going to stop it. It's going to go where it wants to go. So, good job, Danica. I'm really glad that you brought that over to the boys, because these guys are learning something that's, I think it's pretty vital to when they get into a wreck.
Yeah.
Let go of the wheel, let it go where it's going to go. The car's going to do what it wants to do. Let it.
Yeah, we don't need any other injuries.
No. And, you know what? Not to jump around a little bit, but I should jump down to because of what happened, you know, with Jimmy in that wreck. I think it was, Jeff Gordon in the shootout, punch shootout.
Yes.
And he flipped his car over. Jeff, as much as I've said in the past, I've learned one thing. I've seen you on and off the track, and I hate to say it, but you're not a bad guy. I don't like what you've done to Matt in the past and to other drivers, but you know what? I'm going to let bygones be bygones. Can I shake on you with this, sweetie? I want to just show everybody that, you know what? Jeff can be a jerk, but I'm going to let that go. And Jeff, I'm really glad to see that you walked away from that wreck. That, you know, to think about what happened to Junior's father in 2000 and, you know, was it 2003, right? It's been that long now. When Junior's father passed away, when he hit the wall at 200 miles an hour in the Daytona 500. Really glad that you walked away from that car safely, unharmed. You know, you didn't have no major, you didn't have anything wrong with you. You were able to come back out and race the 500, race a few laps, and blow up your engine. So Jeff, we're just glad, both of us from the bottom of our heart can really say that we're glad that you walked away from that wreck the way you did.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, Jeff. Yeah, well, let's show a little footage of that wreck for those of you who didn't see the bunch shootout. Let's show you a little wreck of what happened to Jeff during that race, and it's just amazing how he can walk away from that.
Yeah.
So let's just show you a little footage here.